A love that shook the world, the emotional journey of Wang, Yibo and Xiao Zhan. In the glittering world of fame and flashing cameras, few stories have ever carried the emotional weight and quiet beauty of Wang, Yibo and Xiao Zhan's connection. What began as a professional partnership turned into a silent, unspoken love that defied time, distance, and the cruel eyes of the world. Their story didn't start with grand gestures or declarations. It began with glances soft, unsure, almost afraid to be noticed. During the filming of The Untamed, both men were still navigating their place in the chaotic world of entertainment. But when their eyes met for the first time, something unexplainable lingered in the air. It was as if two souls, long separated by destiny, finally recognized each other again. Yibo was known for his quiet strength, a man of few words, a mystery that few dared to solve. Xiao Zhan, on the other hand, was warmth personified, kind, humble, and gentle, with a smile that could light up the darkest room. Together, they became something extraordinary. Their chemistry on screen wasn't just acting, it was emotion, raw and real, slipping through the cracks of their carefully constructed personas. As the drama grew in popularity, fans around the world began to notice the small things: the way Yibo's eyes softened whenever Xiao Zhan laughed, the way Xiao Zhan's hand lingered a little longer when it brushed Yibo's shoulder. These weren't moments scripted by directors. They were genuine, fleeting, and heartbreakingly beautiful. Behind the scenes, they grew closer. Between takes, they would talk for hours about music, art, dreams, and the quiet fears that fame brings. In those private conversations, away from the noise, they built something fragile and pure, a bond that neither fame nor time could easily destroy. But love in the spotlight is never simple. The world's gaze is unkind, and every word, every gesture becomes a weapon in the hands of gossip and rumor. There were nights when they couldn't speak, days when they had to pretend they were strangers. Xiao Zhan, ever the protector, smiled through it all, shielding Yibo from the worst of it. And Yibo, silent but steadfast, stayed close in his own way, through quiet gestures, through the songs he chose to perform, through the looks that said more than words ever could. Their love was never declared, but it was always there, in the pauses between interviews, in the subtle mirroring of their gestures, in the way they found each other in a crowd without even looking. But then came the storm. The world they knew began to crumble under pressure and controversy. For a time, even seeing each other became impossible. And yet, even when separated by miles and silence, their connection didn't fade. They both continued their careers, carrying each other's strength like an invisible thread, one that refused to break, no matter how hard the world tried. Years passed, and still, their story lingered. Every fan who watched them could feel it, that bittersweet ache, that unspoken promise that maybe, someday, when the noise dies down, they could simply exist in peace. In one rare moment, during an award show years later, their eyes met again on stage. For just a second, everything returned: the warmth, the longing, the pain, and the love that never truly went away. It was enough to remind the world that some connections are eternal. Their love wasn't about possession or declaration. It was about understanding. It was about finding someone who sees you completely, when the rest of the world only sees your reflection. Wang, Yibo and Xiao Zhan's story became a reminder that love doesn't always need words, nor does it demand to be understood. Sometimes, it just exists, quiet, defiant, and everlasting. Fans continue to feel their presence together in songs, in glances, in the quiet echo of their laughter that once filled the set of The Untamed. Their story became legend not because it was dramatic or loud, but because it was real. Because it showed that even in the brightest light, love can bloom in shadows.